chickens are gone. Yeah. We were going to get new chickens next year, but I guess this makes the decision for us. Yeah. Good morning, guys. Laura here from Hedgehog's Homestead. Yesterday, I didn't film because I was so bummed. I just couldn't push record. I got out to my chickens and I called them and I called them and not one of them came. And then I went closer to the coop because they were free ranging during the day. I got closer to the coop and there was feathers everywhere. And it was just a major bummer. So, oh, the ground is really wet today. So now we have the least amount of animals we've had on the homestead, which is 7 animals. We have 3 cats, 3 dogs, and Mrs. Picklesworth. And I think this is the least amount of animals we've ever had on our homestead in years. The only other time that we had a period where we didn't have that many animals is when we were living in Clarksville, Tennessee, and we weren't living on the homestead, we were building our house, so we wouldn't have had that many animals. So it was just a real bummer that, I mean, you always keep in mind that when you're free ranging your animals, that something can happen to them. But that night, I think I have video of it too, so I'll insert it. Coyotes came on the property and bobcats. And we have a picture of 1 coyote and 1 bobcat leaving the property. And so we know that for sure, that they were on the property. I just hope they don't get after any other animal that is on the property, like our cats or anything like that. But it must have had been really early in the morning, and all you could see was piles of feathers everywhere. So we have no chickens. And that's the first time on living on a homestead that we've had no chickens. So what we're going to do is we are going to wait a while before we reintroduce. Oh, let me give Mrs. Picklesworth some love, because she is our sweet girl and she needs that. I'll bring you out some special treats later, okay? Yeah, some special treats later. Yeah. Anyways, so she likes the love. Anyways, so I mean, there's still plenty of work to do on the homestead. One of the things that we're going to wait to do now is we are going to put a chicken run on to the chicken house after we clean it out really good, and it sits for a while. So probably in the spring we'll get chickens. We have already, that box right there is the chicken run that we can. Now the reason why we didn't put that up is because when we received that from Amazon, it was one of those, it was supposed to be closed in with chicken wire all the way around. And it was this big open space inside. And I think it was 6 by 10 or something, or 8 by 10 or something like that. But it didn't come with any of the chicken wire or the tarp that they showed in the pictures. And it didn't say that it didn't come with any of that stuff. That company is not on Amazon anymore. So we couldn't return it after we got it. And so that was just a real bummer. And I think they got a lot of complaints on Amazon because that was not the only time that they done that. So that's why it wasn't up before. And we had them in the chicken tractor, just moving them around the property, getting them away from their chicken area, trying to give that area a little rest. And so it was a real bummer. I mean, we were gonna wait until next year to get chickens anyways, because we wanted to, before we got any more chickens, had a good chicken run up for them. We knew that our area wasn't secure because we literally lost 25 chickens on this property to predators. So it was just crazy how bad it was. Look at that. This plant is full of bumbles. Anyways, so I thought I'd share that with you. I got to get to work now, working on weed whacking and stuff like that. And it was just sad. It was sad that we were trying to, we had a broody hen. We were trying to get her to lay. She was laying on some eggs, but none of them were fertilized properly. That is the story. We have lost a bunch of chickens. Now I better get to work and weed whack around Mrs. Picklesworth pen so she doesn't go running off. Nothing is going to touch Mrs. Picklesworth, but if they dare tried, they would be eaten pretty good, unless she was running around so much and got overheated and passed out. That would be the only way that would ever happen. She is, you don't mess with pigs. You do not mess with pigs. Nothing, a bobcat, nothing's going to get that. Mountain lions, I don't think would even mess with a pig. I'm not sure. Tell me in the description below if you know any instances of mountain lions going after pigs. They are aggressive when they want to be, and you can't push a pig to do anything it doesn't want to do. So the power of suggestion, giving the pigs plenty of incentiment, like food, to move where you want them to move is the only way to go. So anyways, God bless you guys. Thank you for coming, and we'll see you guys next time here on Hedgehog's Homestead. Bye.